A Luther continua. The struggle continues. Baby, now. You gave I King James Version. King James was a white man.
The reggae world is mourning the loss of one of its most iconic voices, Max Romeo, a towering figure whose soulful melodies and powerful messages resonated across generations. As news of his passing spread, condolences poured in from all corners of the globe, a heartfelt tribute to a man whose music forever changed the landscape of reggae.
To stop these daily crimes, bring back Maccabee version that God gave to black man. I said to take back your King James version that belongs to the white man.
Max Romeo's name is etched in history for an incredible array of hits that have become timeless classics. Songs like War in Babylon, Iron Shirt, Let the Power Fall on I, Three Blind Mice exemplify his unwavering commitment to social justice, spiritual awakening, and human rights. His lyrical prowess and distinctive voice made him a voice for the oppressed and a beacon of hope for many.
But you know, we give thanks. Recently, I have been studying Revelation. And in studying Revelation, and you speak about Babylon and the times that you're in and all of that, you realize that we usually hear of Babylon being spoken and we said it's Rasta who speaks about Babylon. But I've come to know that it's all of us as Christians and Christian faith should be speaking about Babylon and the oppression of Babylon. So there's something that I got to learn. But there are certain values and influence in the both of Christianity and Rasta. And you know, Rastas have some different interpretations too in the Bible. For instance, that's why Max Romeo had to do the song called Maccabee Version. And His Majesty, Haile Selassie, a devoted Christian, looked at what was happening between the teachings, because as Bob says in one of his songs, give us the teachings of His Majesty, because we don't want the devil's philosophy. We may think the same way, but there is a similarity in thinking that God is creation, that the Son of God is Jesus Christ. And His Majesty says in one of his speeches that we in Ethiopia have one of the oldest versions of the Bible. And forever, whatsoever language it is written, it remains one and the same. It's a guide to your past, your present, and your future. Within it you will find the truth for yourself. What other book would you find such compassionate words as those that say, come unto me, all ye who are labored and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. For my personal sake, I glorify within the Bible. Today we pay respects to our brother who has brought so much consciousness and so much things that we need to celebrate his life and his contribution to not just to our culture, but to the upliftment of mankind and to reggae music, which continues to be that vibe all over the world, because reggae is a music of humanity, of love, of peace, and of togetherness. And that is what I have to say in my opening statements here for Maxie Smith, a.k.a. Max Romeo. May God have him rest in peace. Thank you.
On behalf of my siblings, I wrote this tribute to our father. As I look around the room today, I know many of you are familiar with Max Romeo, the legend, the artist, but I'm here to speak about Maxie Smith, my father. I see a lot of familiar faces here. I see my dad reflected in so many of you. I see him in his sisters from Rosetta in Alexandria, St. Anne, where it all began. A young boy with big dreams, unaware of the profound impact he would go on to have. that his voice will become a voice for the voiceless. His music hymns of resistance and hope for change. I see him in my older siblings, where his journey as a father began over 50 years ago. At the time, he was driven by ambition and a deep desire to share his message with the world. I see him in myself and in my younger siblings, in his resilience to begin again. After losing everything and moving back to Jamaica, he met my mother and gave life another chance. He was brave enough to make the changes he needed to, and he eventually reached a place of peace and fulfillment. In 2016, my dad offered to take me on tour with him to do backing vocals. I was in university at the time, and it felt like a great opportunity. I didn't know what to expect, not because I wasn't much of a singer, but because all the years he had gone on tour, I never fully understood the impact his music had on the wider world. Growing up in Jamaica, I rarely heard his songs being promoted, being played on the radio. So it was hard to grasp just how far his reach extended. The first show was in Paris. The venue was packed. As he walked onto the stage, I looked over at him, and for the first time, I saw Maxi transform to Max Romeo. A few days later, we performed at a festival. Thousands of people were in the audience, singing his songs, word for word. I was stunned. At the end of the tour, he asked me what the experience had been like. I told him, "Daddy, I'm confused. You're a superstar." He chuckled and asked why I was so surprised. I said, because of how we live at home. Modest, simple, humble. That's when he explained the music industry to me. Everything he had been through in his career. I left that conversation feeling both proud and heartbroken. It was in that moment I decided to become his manager. My father was too kind, too simple, too humble, and I knew someone had to be the one to speak up, to be the bad guy when needed. In 2019, while working on an album in France, we were sitting in his Airbnb. I had been tasked with writing down the lyrics of the songs on the album. I came across a song called Thank God, and there was a line that said, "Finally, I've broken poverty. How I did is still a mystery. With all the obstacles I faced, I know it's only God's grace and my determination. Thank God." I turned to him and asked, "Daddy, what do you mean by you've broken poverty? Remember, we're not rich yet." He laughed and said, "I have lived long enough to know that money doesn't make you rich. Your experiences do." He told me that he had hit rock bottom many times, rebuilding his career, his finances, his relationships, but for the first time in his life, he had gotten it right. He was truly grateful for finding peace. My father wasn't a man of many words until he stepped into the studio booth. Growing up, I often found it confusing to see Max Romeo and Maxi Smith exist in the same body. Now I feel privileged to have experienced both sides of him. I feel honored to be tethered to someone so kind, so wise. My father always had a story for whatever I was going through. He was a fixer, a giver, an empath, a protector, and today I honor not just the man the world knew, but the man we knew, our father, our friend. Thank you, Daddy. Thank you for everything.
On behalf of the grandchildren, we want to say how deeply blessed we feel to have had our grandpa in our lives. To us, Grandpa wasn't just a grandparent, he was a storyteller, a teacher, a steady hand, and the quiet strength at the heart of our family. He always had time for us, whether it was handing out snacks, playing a few board games, or just sitting with us, telling us stories that made us laugh or think a little deeper. He had this way of making us feel special, like we mattered, like we were capable of anything. In his famous words, kids are people too. Whether it was a warm hug, a word of advice, or one of his famous smiles, he had a gift of lifting people up. Some of our favorite memories are the simple ones, random early morning road trips, school mornings, or just watching him do what he loved. Whether it was watching his favorite news channel or working in the studio, it's those small, beautiful moments that will carry in our hearts forever. Grandpa taught us what it means to live with integrity and humility, to love your family fiercely, and to face life's ups and downs with courage and grace. We are who we are in no small part because of him. We'll miss his laughter, his wisdom, and the way he made us feel safe just by being there. But we'll honor him by living the way he showed us, kindly, bravely, and with love. Thank you, Grandpa. We all love you, always.
Mr. Dean Fraser to give us his rendition about what our bishop was speaking about. I walk on stage here with this gentleman. He's 90 years old, celebrating his 90th birthday. This is Jerry, the remaining member of Toots and the Maytals, or really the Maytals, visiting us today. Give him a round of applause, everybody.
Thank you all, thank you.
Yes, and remember all those songs that Jerry sang along with Toots was so wonderful, going to the four corners of the world, spreading our music, a cornerstone. Jerry, we give God thanks to you. One more time, let's give him a real nice round of applause. Minister Babsy, could you come here a minute, please? I know on Tuesday he celebrates his birthday.
Well, we want to wish you a happy birthday. And what today symbolizes is that Max Romeo has brought out all those who paved the way for the young ones. We're happy to see you here today, and we thank you for being present on this very important occasion when we celebrate Max Romeo. May God bless you and give you long life. Hope you'll be celebrating your 100th.
Lucifer, son of the morning, I'm gonna chase you out of earth. I'm gonna put on an iron shirt and chase Satan out of earth. I'm gonna put on an iron shirt and chase the devil out of earth. I'm gonna send him to outer space to find another race. I'm gonna send him to outer space to find another race. Satan is a perilous man and he can't touch it, man. But if I check him, I lost him hand. And if he slip, I'm down with him hand. I'm gonna put on my iron shirt chase the devil, chase Satan out of earth. I'm gonna put on my iron shirt and chase the devil out of earth. I'm gonna send him to outer space chase the devil to find another race. I'm gonna send him to outer space chase the devil to find another race. Brother Ivan, you can't see him. He might be jumping from and run, but he can't stand up to catch a sun. It might be left by reading gun, it might be dig up reading bound. I'm gonna put on an iron shirt, chase the devil, Satan out of earth. I'm gonna put on an iron shirt and chase the devil out of earth. I'm gonna send him to outer space the devil to find another race. I'm gonna send him to outer space the devil to find another race. But he can't touch it, man, I'm man. And if I check it, lost him hand. And if he slip, I down with him hand. I'm gonna put on my iron shirt, chase the devil, chase Satan out of earth.
Of course, no tribute to Max Romeo would be complete without mentioning his most controversial and widely discussed track, Wet Dreams. The song, provocative and daring, challenged societal norms and demonstrated his fearless approach to music and storytelling. It remains a testament to his courage and willingness to push boundaries in pursuit of truth and authenticity.
Max Romeo, Warrior Kid.
The recent farewell was marked by a poignant gathering of reggae artists, fans, friends, family and admirers who came together to honor his legacy. The atmosphere was filled with respect, admiration, and a shared sense of loss. His children and grandchildren were present, their faces reflecting both pride and sorrow, as they celebrated the life of a man whose influence extended beyond music to inspire countless lives.
Catch me, friend. It was like three blind mice. You could have seen them a run. It was like three blind mice. You could have see how them a run.
Rotten sticks start fly, man start ball. Some jump fence, some jump over wall. Them catch them friend. When Babylon red, them want lock up the DJ and turn off the sound. But when they see the people gathering around, them catch them friend. When Babylon red.
It was like three blind mice. You could have see how them a run. It was like three blind mice.
Rastafari.
You could have see how them a run. Ba-ba-da-ba.
How you feeling?
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-da-da.
Max Romeo forever.
Ba-da-ba-da-da-da. Police check the selector.
What?
Tell him to turn off the sound.
Okay.
The crowd never like that.
Okay.
Them start gathering around, let the music play. Let it play. Let it play. Let the music play. Let it play. It was like three blind mice. You could have see how them a run. It was like three blind mice. See how them a run. Eh? Play. Let it play. Let it play. Let the music play. Let it play. Take it away, warrior.
How can the blind lead the blind in this time? People need food and good houses design. How can the blind lead the blind in this time? Oh,
Max Romeo's legacy is phenomenal, an enduring contribution to reggae music and a testament to his unwavering spirit. His songs continue to inspire new generations, and his impact on the genre is indelible. As the reggae community mourns his passing, we also celebrate his life, his artistry, and the enduring spirit of a true legend. Rest in peace, Max Romeo. Your music lives forever.
Let it play. It was like three blind mice. You could have see how them a run. It was like three blind mice.
Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Uncle Danny's TV.